What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. As we were expecting, we got the first real teasers for Chaos 10 from Chromatic today on their DD2 stream. Before I hop into all the details, I'll give the TLDW for all the folks that just want to know when. No date was revealed. I personally think a realistic date would probably be like about 2 months or so, something like that. It'll take a couple of months to get things fine-tuned and all dialed in. Now let's jump right on into the meat. Chaos 10, of course, is coming. Every Chaos tier has introduced a new enemy, and Chaos 10 is no different. However, it will be introducing 3 new enemies that like to roll around in a pack. Now, we didn't get a look at any of these enemies, just a description. That as well tells me that it is still pretty early in the update's life, or in the update's development process, so it will still be a while till we get it. The first enemy is the Berserker Goblin. This is going to be a little goblin that kind of acts like a kobold, except it's an EMP kobold. It can't be slowed, and it will explode, stunning defenses upon death. Next up, we have the Orc Queen, which is, by description alone, seems like kind of a souped-up Berserker or Lady Orc. Of course, Berserkers are immune to slow. The Orc Queen is no different, but additionally, the Orc Queen has 100% tenacity, so you can't stun her either. Of course, the counter for a Berserker is stun. The Orc Queen will be immune to stun with that 100% tenacity. And then the third enemy is the Orc Chieftain. The Orc Chieftain roars, becoming invincible with 100% tenacity for a short duration. So the Orc Chieftain will be unable to be crowd controlled. Additionally, when he roars and becomes invincible, he will also be giving himself and all enemies in the immediate area a heal over time. So the Orc Chieftain is one you're going to want to burn down quick before it becomes invincible and before it starts healing all the other little baddies in the lane. Now, in addition to that, it was announced that Frost Orcs will be making a return in expeditions to Chaos 10. So Frost Orcs will be showing up, and additionally, since this is an expedition, these enemies will be present on every lane. Of course, in Onslaught mode, all the lanes are RNG, so if you get this lane or not will depend on your role in Onslaught. However, in Chaos 10 Expeditions, it will definitely be quite the gear check, even more so than Chaos 9 was, and it appears that Chromatic may just be sick and tired of us crowd controlling everything that rolls out the door. No stuns, most are going to be immune to slow, and their enemy group is going to be called the War Party. So you'll get War Party lanes in Onslaught. There will be War Party groups coming out in Expeditions that include all of these 3 enemies. Now, of course, with the new Chaos tier, there will be new shards and mods. A couple of them was teased today. Starting off with a Buff Beam shard. There will be a Buff Beam shard that lowers power, but it makes the Buff Beam increase range of defenses in the area. So it'll give you a little bit more range and will allow you to get a little bit more utility out of your Buff Beam. Additionally, Power Transfer is being reworked. Power Transfer right now used to be a meta. Now it's kind of one of those side shards that just kind of sit in your bag. However, Power Transfer is going to get a rework that is going to give you more power, but is going to turn your defense into a bit of a glass cannon. So, it is going to smack some fools, but your defenses will be super, super squish. Now, additionally, there was a Dryad and a Lavamancer shard that were both mentioned. Both of them very similar to each other, but completely different uses. First off, the Dryad is going to get a shard that gives the Dryad a chance to drop an additional star for free. So you'll get something that's a proc chance of basically dropping 2 stars. And then for the Lavamancer, we're going to get Double Eruption, which will give Volcano a percentage chance to fire twice. So we'll get a little pew-pews out of our volcanoes, and that will be quite nice. Now, Chaos 10 is going to be about the equivalent of Onslaught Floor 700. However, there is not going to be another Onslaught's floor skip. So, no skipping ahead like we got, Chaos 8, of course, gets you to 99, Chaos 9 gets you to 299, Chaos 10 is not going to get you any Onslaught floor unlocked. Now, one other shard that was mentioned, that is Radiant Rate. We got the Radiant shards in the game currently. There's going to be another one coming that is going to affect rate, so increases attack rate of nearby defenses by a percentage, and it will overcap defenses. So the first thing that pops out into my mind right away is maybe throw it on a Barbarian. If you're in a lane that you want to be overcapped for like Frost Orcs or whatever, and you're going to be up there close and personal as well, Radiant Rate may save you from having to use another shard or a mod on your defense to overcap. Now, the gear score requirement for Chaos 10 will be about 12,350, or just 12,000-ish. That number is not final yet. That's just a guess of about where the gear score requirement will be to unlock Chaos 10. Now, prior to the update launching, and probably in the very near future, we're going to be getting some new skins. These are anime-themed skins. None of the skins were shown, however, they will be anime-themed, and as you can see by the teaser image, they will be for the Countess, the Adept, the Gun Witch, the Huntress, and the Mystic. So we're getting 5 anime skins coming in what they jokingly refer to as the Waifu Pack on Twitter. And then, last but not least, there was a basic reveal, no real details, gameplay, or any talk of their defenses, but we are finally getting the Man and Machine into Dungeon Defenders 2. It is coming as the Engineer. So the old Man and Machine that we were expecting back in the day has been slightly reworked, and it's now the Engineer. It's got a cool little drill arm. And let's take a quick look at what Chromatic showed us about the Engineer and what's to come with it.
So we've got this. I think you guys know who this is. You might be a little familiar with the design. And as you can see, he is playable. He's still got some kinks to be worked out. There's still some implementation to be done. This is an early version. But
this is very, very early dev. There's a lot of dev art here.
So
the towers are in the creation. All the ability icons still actively working. Obviously, no. But the hero should be. You can show them. But we've been teasing the drill. Like people don't know what it does.
All right.
So kind of early, but it's pretty cool nonetheless.
So this is very early, but I agree it's super cool. So we've got our standard left click with that little arm cannon he's got, but his right click shoots out that cool drill and pulls it on back to him. And I think that's probably one of the cooler right clicks in the game, at least in my opinion.
And it hits enemies on the way back as well, and it generates heat. Heat is not. It's not like DD2. Heat is a valuable resource. Engineer. You can also use number 4. You'll increase your attack rate and do a big AoE attack based on how much heat you have around. So it's generating heat is a very important thing.
So I am gonna fly around a little more with the Engineer just so you guys can see a little bit.
He can also double jump. He cannot fly. He can double jump.
He does not have a fly.
He's a bit chunky.
I did originally think that he might be able to fly, but it is more of a EV float at the moment. And here is the guy himself. He's a little taller. I think this might be the big brother of the Engineer. But if you want a frontwards view of the current implementation, here he is in the flesh, in the metal.
And last but certainly not least, they teased an art competition upcoming for Dungeon Defenders 2 themed art from the community. I know there's a lot of very, very talented artists in the Dungeon Defenders community. I'm excited to see what they can put out. More details will come in February. The art contest will run for about 2 months. and it's going to be getting started in February. So more details to come on that in the future. But that will do it for now. Let me know what you all think of the Chaos 10 Dungeon Defenders 2 update reveal or teaser that we got today over on Chromatic's Twitch page. As always, links will be down in the description. If you got yourself an extra 50 minutes, 40 minutes or so, make sure to head on over and watch the entire dev stream, as there was some good stuff there. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton for watching. And as we get more info, I, of course, will keep you all posted right here on the channel. Thanks again. I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.